Yes, hi guys, welcome back to TGO podcast. I have a lovely guest with me today.
Hi.
C, welcome to TGO podcast.
Thanks for having me.
No, it's fine. You look so pretty. I mean,
Stop.
you have. I like the effort. I appreciate the effort. It feels like it's for me. Obviously, it's not for like the camera or anything like that. It feels like it's more for me than anything else.
No, I just thought I'd straighten up a little bit for you. Always.
I feel super privileged to have you on. Obviously, like I've known you for a while.
Yeah.
And even before then, you like the one thing that's been consistent has been fashion. And yeah, and I felt like when I reached out to you, I was thinking maybe I want to get to know you, how you've been getting on with like putting together a business, especially now like we're becoming adults, and it's really good to try and chase like your dream, and your dream being fashion. And then also I noticed that there are other things that you were, dipping your toes into.
I'm doing a bit of YouTube, I'm doing a bit of business. It's like all coming together. Yeah.
But before we start, I just wanted, obviously, like the listeners might not know who you were, so it would be nice to get to know you a little bit. So maybe you can introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Zinunula, and we have been knowing each other a while now. And I'm super grateful that you had me on. When you hit me up, I was just like on it. I was like, of course, it's just a conversation. Why not catch up and then also record it?
Exactly. I mean, no, that was honestly,
And I don't know, it's weird that you say that the one thing for me that you've noticed has been consistent is fashion, because I feel like was it I don't know, way back when we knew each other, I was just just doing what I loved. I guess it was fashion at the time. And now I've started up my own brand. I do sustainable luxury party wear, which is made from off-cut fabric that would have otherwise gone into waste, and I make that and revive it into going out pieces. But then I started a YouTube platform to kind of record my process of starting up my fashion brand, and then also sharing with people how they can get into the fashion industry. If they want to start a brand, they can do that. Or I always get questions about how to get into work in the fashion industry. So I work in buying and merchandising, so I thought, why not teach people how to do that? So just all of that just came together, and that's just what I kind of launched this year.
Do you do a vlogging, obviously your journey when you're at work or when you're doing the buying and selling? Or
I do fashion buying and merchandising. I've done it for Debenhams, I've done it for Jaeger, and I'm currently now in kids wear, mother care. But I always show people my work, my job, all of that, just share it really. And lately I've been getting messages from people literally in Paris or in India, on YouTube, messaging me oh my god, I found your channel, this is so good, I want to get into fashion, I don't know what to do. So
I saw some of the messages that you did share. That's really good, because it does encourage you to continue chasing your dreams, especially all the days you might feel a bit down and you just need that little push, and it's always nice to have a reminder.
Exactly. I remember when I was starting out, when I first graduated, there's just so many different little jobs in fashion, and you get quite confused, or you don't know what to do. I was thinking, I needed that, so why don't I do that for somebody? Just help them.
So how did you get a job in fashion?
How
can someone get a job in fashion?
Well, it depends what you want to do. So that's where we start from. You don't necessarily need a degree in fashion, but it just helps that I did fashion design at uni, and then they put me on a placement year, and that's where I worked. I did London Fashion Week. I worked in a pattern room with buyers, and we actually I saw it all happen and develop. And then when you get experience, you learn what particular part in the chain you enjoy. Do you enjoy putting the stuff together? Do you enjoy designing it, or do you enjoy marketing it? And then that's when you start to niche yourself, because there's just so many jobs that people don't quite realize that goes into it. Everyone thinks you're a designer, and it's there's just so many little things. So that's the first question I'd ask if someone wants to get into fashion. What is it that you want to do?
What's their passion? I think what you mentioned, finding your niche within a particular industry, that's very important. because you might, I suppose, you can find yourself lost, or like your vision can get clouded if you walk in and there's so many excitements. There's this, there's that. Because I think someone like me who's not very, as you can tell what I'm wearing, I'm not very like a fashionista. I'm just like, whatever feels good, I'll just wear that.
You look quite quirky and hippie, like you've got that kind of thing going. The nose ring, the leopard pants, like that's your thing. You do.
I mean, this is a special occasion. I had to pull out the leopard pants.
Yeah, but, I love it. Oh, they can't even see them, but they're just like, they're cool.
But yeah, I just feel like when someone thinks of fashion, they just think, or someone like me who's maybe like arrogant towards that world, like I don't really know much. And when I think fashion, I just think like catwalks and people wearing dresses, taking pictures. However, it's actually more than that, because in lockdown I have tried to watch some shows on Netflix. And they've actually been quite insightful. Like I was just like thinking, oh my gosh, the work that goes into this, like putting together, drawing. I'm just like, I have a background in art. Like I can also be, work in the fashion industry.
Of course you can.
And it's like you wouldn't know this information until you hear someone's journey. Like it's just not about what the media say. Like, what it shows about fashion.
Exactly, because you need to also remember that they are trying to sell something. So what they're showing you isn't day to day. Like, do you know what I mean? When they show you a really cool marketing campaign, like what's gone behind it is like actually a lot of really nerdy people. Because sometimes the videos that I do when I'm showing people like charts and like buying and like how to calculate margin and cost and all this, and we've gone to factories, like most of my working week is talking with like tech packs and all of these really technical things, and then we come on and we like make it all glamorous to advertise because we're trying to sell
the final product.
But like, going back, it's like there's just so many other jobs, and you said you've got a background in art. It's like you could be like, on the graphic design team and all of that kind of thing. Or if there was like a marketing campaign, like people they need like artistic directors to like decide, okay, how are we gonna like put this onto the website, where are we gonna put the hero product, like there's just so many little different things.
I mean, speaking of like working in different departments, I'm glad you mentioned that. I think it was like last year, like how did you see, or like when that campaign with H&M, like what's your take on such things, like because it's very like, I'm like, do they have what like type
any
of,
black person?
Do they have any, not even just black person, I just feel like it's common sense. It's just like, do they have any?
Unfortunately, it's not common sense. Like I've worked in companies where there's just like not many black people, and the white people who are there are so, I don't want to use the word ignorant, but they've actually just never been around black people. Like once we were in a meeting with a load of buyers, and one of the buyers was doing like a swatch test with some leather, and she like actually it was he was the head buyer of the whole department, and he put the leather like on my skin to like compare the brown. He was like, oh my god, this brown is really cool, let's see. And then he just like grabbed my hand and like compared it to my skin, and it's like, it was so awkward.
What was your reaction?
I was just like, no, like kind of thing. But like that's how they are. They just don't know. And unfortunately, there does need to be more black people and people of colour in the industry to educate them and to show them like that's just not how you behave. So I know you've said it's common sense, but common sense isn't common.
That's
it's just like they do stuff and it's just like no.
I'll try and remember that. It's just like, to me, it's just like when I see these things, it's like, who works on this? Like teams, like who? I don't know. Maybe it could be. Maybe I'm like very sensitive towards certain things.
That's not sensitive at all. No.
Because I can see how like if you're really focused on your job and all you think about is the results and pushing the, getting this out there, but there should be someone who's just like last check on things, like quality control or something. It's like, okay, maybe how would the public perceive the product? And I think the fashion industry has
struggled in that area for sure. A lot of work needs to be done still, and like you said, there needs to be more checks, but sometimes the way the team is structured is it's literally one guy who's decided we're gonna do this, and he's like the head buyer, and everybody just wants to pander to him, so they just go with what he wants, and people don't speak up. So, you know, it's just an internal issue that sometimes isn't good.
I suppose it can also be like, obviously, if you have like a job like a lower, you know, role, speaking up, potentially losing your job. So I can see how that can, you'd rather choose not to say anything, even though something's like really close to your heart. Yeah, no, I would definitely have said something if I was in that meeting. There's been so many times where I have been like, oh guys, like really? But yeah, sometimes they don't want to listen, or like I've said, it's just like the head guy and he's running the ship, and it's just what it is. Yeah, everyone has to fall suit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that's the dark side. There's also I've worked in many horrible jobs, but I've also worked in many places which have been great. So I don't like to always say the bad. Like, there is good. No, I totally understand. I think this is what I was trying to say. Like, when people think of fashion, they don't think of the dark side. Yeah. Whereas, like, I think recently, every company has now, it's like, has had some sort of scrutiny. It's like, you got your eyes on you. What are you doing over there? What are you doing over there? So you have to be on your A game. On point. And any little thing is like, okay, the public is watching. So whereas before, it's just like, when you think fashion, just think glitz, glamour, people having great time. It's like, sure, it'd be nice to work in the fashion industry. But now I'm just like, no, thank you. It's like, that stuff takes so much work. I know, it's funny, but I don't like people to have that reaction either. Like, I don't want people to think like, oh my god, like, whoa. Like, I would like people to still aspire to it, because in a way, then that's like they're still getting away with doing what they're doing. Because then it's like they're still making black people or people of colour feel like we don't deserve to be in that industry, or we can't do it. And it's like, no, we can do it. So that's why I like try and make people more like educated about it, or aware, because it's like, you can do it. Just be aware of like these things, but still, like, this industry is for us just as much as anyone else. Yeah, we shouldn't feel like it's not for us. No, for sure. I mean, it would be silly to say black people haven't, you know, we haven't got a say in fashion. We create the trends. Yes, we are the one creating the trends. Yeah. So unfortunately, you're the one having to do the work. But you're taking the trend from us. Without us, there wouldn't be any trends. For real, they do that a lot. Always using our inspiration, even in the office. Like, literally, when you're a black person in a space where there's not many black people, they're always like, oh, so, you know, what are you doing? And they're so intrigued. But then when it comes to monetize it, nope, they're gonna take the idea and like run with it. So it's just, it's all weird, but yeah. No, but that's quite interesting. Like, obviously, it seems like a bit of a roller coaster, but there's more highs than lows. I would say there's definitely more highs than lows. Yeah. And the longer you stay in the game, the more you know how to navigate those places anyway. Yeah. So you just know how to get on. It's like, okay, I know that type of character. I'm not gonna, you know, go and pander to them. Yeah. Or if somebody's trying to like test you, because you'll get a bad boss who like wants you to like fail, so you'll just like that's so sad. I know, it is sad. Imagine but you just learn how to like navigate that, and now I feel like I'm now in a better place, like with my work. Yeah. So like, of course, like with your fashion brand that you know working on, or already creating, because I was just looking through, and it's like, is there people already like wearing your brands? No, my brand is still pretty much in sampling stage. Okay. But like I have pieces out, but I'm not on sale yet. Very, very soon, like God willing, I'll be selling soon. Thank you. I'll be modelling. I know. I'll be hitting you up. Yeah, sure. I was just saying earlier, you've got a nice physique, so yeah, you're really like slender, nice and in shape. I'm so jealous, but yeah. Well, same goes to you. But of course, like when you're working on something on the side, you have like your day-to-day job or your 9 to 5. Like, what do you do? It might not be a 9 to 5, but like, what do you do in your
So my day job is in the buying and merchandising department. Right now I'm more in the merchandising side of it, whereby we calculate what the cost of each collection is going to be. So they'll give us a budget for the season.
Okay.
So right now we're planning autumn winter 2021, and then we will look up, okay, how many options of each category can we afford to book? So how many options of tops, how many options of bottoms, all of that. We communicate with the factory, make sure that they can make it within the budget that we've been given, and then we coordinate getting that stock in time. So by the time we reach autumn winter 2021, the stock that's going to be in the shops has been planned, budgeted, organised by us lot. So yeah, it's great. And then we work with the buyers constantly in like sign-off meetings, and buyers will give us loads of like fabric swatches, different little things to like help us. For us, it's mainly about money. Like people think it's about like cute little stuff, but we do like, you know, the new fabrics that are out and whatever's like out in catwalk's inspiration. We'll like have that all pinned, but it does come down to, okay, how much does it cost to recolor this and dip dye it? Is it going to be expensive? Okay, we'll just go with it as it is. Or if we can afford to like recolor it or even print it, then we'll go and do that. And those are the things we're constantly working on until they come and reach the shops. So yeah, that's my job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems very proactive. You have to be on a go. It seems like it.
It's a team effort. I mean, it sounds a lot, but when you're working in a team of about like 20 of you, you get it done.
Okay.
Yeah.
It must be fun, obviously, working with a team.
I do enjoy it.
Or like have similar goal or like chasing same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to talk to you. And another thing that I wanted to talk to you about is like a few things that I noticed, like on your Instagram, a few like initiatives that you. Is that something personal, or is that another thing that you're doing like a team of people?
A few initiatives, as in, are you talking about like the Uganda stuff?
Yeah.
Right. So I just get roped into stuff. I mean, I don't want to say roped into it, but
well, I hope the people that rope you into stuff are not like watching this or listening to this.
No, it's fine. They'll be fine.
Like, excuse me, miss, we roped you into this stuff?
No, it's obviously stuff that I care about as a Ugandan, and I've lived in Uganda as well. I know the country, like Uganda is something close to my heart, and so people just asked me to like speak at Buganda convention, and they had loads of other people from different industries as well. I was just someone from the textile industry or fashion industry, so I spoke about that. But my initiative is basically to make manufacturing happen in Uganda, or at least Africa, because you know, I work in the fashion industry. Everything gets made in China or India. There's even like Bangladesh and other smaller countries that are as small as Uganda that happen to do production. So I'm thinking, why don't we have that happen in Uganda? So my initiative is to basically collect as many brands that do like manufacture and tell them, you know, let's take manufacturing to Uganda to create an economy for ourselves. That's my overall goal.
No, that's like an amazing like initiative. I feel like it's like cheap labor.
Exactly.
Already. Like
it's like they do that in Asia. It's like we can produce that as a country. You know?
And people there are very hardworking. So the bonus will be providing jobs for so many people. Because that's the problem. Loads of people are like unemployed. People leave university and they have no jobs, which is really sad. And it's just, although it's like a problem really shared around the world, it's just like in some areas it's like, you know, there are a lot of people like that don't have jobs, like, you know, lose their jobs, and especially like in this climate. It's like a lot of us have managed to adapt to the online and, you know, finding everything on the cloud, whereas like if you think about those third world countries, they barely have any laptops. Like
so
their
they
work
can't do that.
You have to go to the office to do the work.
Even manual labor, like something.
Exactly. So chances of them say catching the virus are higher than chances of like someone like me staying at home and doing my job less. So that's such a cool initiative, and it's like if there's I can't really do much, but if there's any way I can like help or anything like that, because when I heard, I was just thinking like, do you mean like the textiles?
Yeah,
do you mean
textiles,
like I was just thinking like, what do you mean? Because I think in 2018 I went to a wedding.
Yeah.
And in Uganda, and I was wearing this two-piece that I actually got made in Uganda.
Really?
But when I wore it to the wedding, because I didn't come from there, people assumed it was a designer piece.
Really?
So they were asking me, what designer is that? What design? I was just like,
imagine.
I just got it from the market. The woman just did it for me in the market. It's just like, oh, we thought it was a designer piece. It's like, no.
So they're good. They know how to sew. They have good skills. Yeah.
So imagine that on a larger scale.
Exactly.
Like so many people.
That's like my dream, to create jobs like that. Yeah.
But that takes into like a lot of work, putting together like a factory, like.
Yeah. Because also I had ideas where it doesn't even have to be a factory. Like the factory is like long-term goal. For like a starting out goal, you could even have women working from their local communities and villages, like milling fabric. Because like milling an actual woven piece, it's where you get the threads together and make fabric. So you're not sewing, you're just milling it. So there's a machine that you put all the threads in and just like thingy it. Like proper traditional old school stuff, but all of that kind of work has been taken away from Ugandans, and now we just import textiles. But back in the day, Ugandans would mill their own fabric, and I just want to create that work again, where women are doing that, like either in their small villages at home, and then people come and collect it and then take it to town. Do you know what I mean? Rather than putting them all in a factory, because that's like a huge task, which will take a lot of years to implement. But do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just loads of ideas that I think about, and I'm like, I'm just trying to figure out myself, to be honest.
No, but the thing is, it's like, it's amazing. You start with a thought, and the best thing is like you're already projecting it out in the world, and you never know who's listening or who's watching. So when I watch it, I just think, well, that's amazing. Like, obviously I had so many questions, and I wanted to know, is it just that? Is there more to the story? So
I'm even asking people for suggestions as well, because it's like even the fact that you took interest in that, like, I'm so happy. And it's like, like, any ideas other people have, like, let me know. Like, I'm always like up for these kind of conversations, for real.
No, honestly, because given obviously like you are in the sampling stages of your designs, is it something that you would maybe consider getting your
stuff produced back home? Of course, that's the ideal goal. I would love to have my stuff manufactured in Uganda. Yeah, just to give jobs to people there, and just to really prove that the textile industry can thrive in Uganda. Do you know what I mean? Imagine people in the West buying stuff from Ugandans. Like, that would boost our economy in, like, you know, not long, like one generation. Yeah.
Of course, that might take a lot of work, given the current government and people being stuck in their own ways, and
political situation is not great.
Yeah, but that's, I don't know. I just feel like it's amazing, and if I hear of anyone, or in conversation, I just be like, maybe you should go there. Like,
thanks, please do.
No, for sure.
Yeah, you're out there doing a lot of stuff, so whoever you meet, and
I mean, so are you. But it's like, I found that amazing. I mean, apart from that, do you have any other things you're working on that might be secret? Maybe you can give us like a look.
Yes. Secret stuff. At the moment, I'm just planning a shoot. Okay. That's like, I say planning, but it's like the bane of my life right now. So, as I've said, my stuff is in like sampling stage, so I've got some stuff sampled and like made. We just need to like photograph it and have it available for pre-order on my website, which is coming very, very soon. So that's what I'm working on right now, just getting to that stage where I'm like ready to sell, or like ready to advertise. But to advertise, you need to have great pictures and all of that. So
how is your photography skills?
Not great.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not it.
I am literally the opposite. I'll stand on the tree, like get on the floor,
really,
try to get the
I
pictures.
can use you then. You can do my photography.
I like taking pictures of other people, not of myself. When it comes to myself, I just like taking selfies, like mostly in the toilet.
In the
Toilet
toilet.
mirrors. They're the best.
The bathroom selfies.
Bathroom selfies are the best. It's just
true.
like, hello, great lighting. Hello.
Yeah.
It's just like
you're in control.
Yeah, I'm in control. I can, do a few poses. But it's like really amazing chatting to you. Of course, we're in this space, and you are. It's really amazing. Thanks for inviting me here.
No worries. This is your space too.
Now
anyone
I know.
can come in.
Now I know. I'll definitely be coming through and
do it. I'm glad.
I'll hit you up, and maybe we can collaborate on a few other things.
Cool. That's the first time you said this. Earlier, I was telling her come, and she was like, "Oh, I need to be in the right."
No, I think you know what. What happens is like everyone has their own comfort zone.
Yeah. Okay.
And sometimes being in your comfort zone, you feel like you can control everything, and you don't have to move. You need to make a few tweaks, and I think that's what I was in. But then when you suggested, and I just looked at it, just like, you know what, this is just a challenge. I just need to look at it as a challenge, and then let me just go see what happens. If something good comes out of it, perfect. If not, the good thing is that we catch up.
Good.
Literally, that's how I looked at it.
That's the right attitude.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah. No, but thank you so much for obviously inviting me, and maybe we'll have more conversations, because I think I want to follow this up and find out how you're getting on, especially with the initiatives and the fashion branding. Which fingers crossed. I want this to what's the name? What would you name your brand?
Well, my brand is called Zinunula, or Zinunula London.
Yeah.
It's just named after me, really.
What is the meaning of your name?
Oh, do you know, I get this question all the time. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
What's your full name?
My name is Zinunula Serumaga. So, but I've been told
what's
Zinunula
your last name? Does it mean anything?
My last name, I don't know. I've asked my parents so many times, and I just get different answers. So my last name apparently comes from Sese Island. So it's you're the descendants of islanders. I don't know.
Is there something important? Is there something important about the name?
No, I don't think so. It's just
there's no royal blood in you.
Definitely not. No, I'm not from any royalty.
What do your parents say? The first name Zinunula.
Right. So that's the one. Where am I? Huh?
It's a very unique name.
Yeah, I get that a lot. It's from an old folk tale, so it's a really old traditional Ugandan story name, and it's from a book called Zinunula Omunaku. That's where it's from, but I don't know what that means. I get told it means that it's like a riddle or something, the one who works at night will be saved in the day. But then other people are like, no, Zinunula is to make, Zinunula Omunaku means to make and stuff. So I don't know. I can't answer that question. Do you know?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's just
I don't even understand.
It's not even a typical Ugandan name.
I
feel like there's loads of Ugandan names, but my one I've never met another Zinunula, basically.
Maybe you should try and Google. What's that website? 192. See if there is any in the UK. Yeah.
That's a good shout,
Yeah, you should try.
Because my grandma's actually called Zinunula as well, but
is she based here?
She's in Uganda.
Okay.
I don't think she could tell me.
You've never Googled yourself?
I've never Googled the meaning of my name. I've Googled my name, and then just other stuff comes up.
Well, it'd be good to obviously learn what your name means.
For sure.
If you had a chance, meet someone really old, you can ask them. You can actually mention someone who's really old, because they always know so much.
That's true, actually. Oh, I loved interviewing my aunt. She just had so much information. So I'll definitely find an old person who's called Zinunula who could tell me what my name is.
I don't think they necessarily have to have the same name.
Oh, just they would know.
What does this mean, or what do you understand from this name?
I know, I get what you mean. I'll do that. I'll update you on how that goes.
Yeah, I want to know, because literally, it's like it looks difficult. Do you have problems with people pronouncing your name?
All the time.
Zinunula.
Yeah, people can't pronounce my name. That's why I go by Zin.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I used to go by Hannah. That's my English name. That's what I was baptized as. I know it's random. every African has like an English name, like.
Yeah.
So that was mine, but you know, I had to go by my original name.
Yeah.
So yeah, Zin for short, or Zinunula.
Well, guys, that's Zinunula for you. Catch her on our Instagram. I'll put it on descriptions within, you know, the podcast.
Cool.
And yeah, keep, you know, look out for her. Big things are coming.
Thank you.
I can tell. You know, when you can, like, you know, someone's like working on stuff, and obviously, like, looking at your work ethic.
Oh,
like,
thanks.
It's amazing, and
I try.
Keep up. I want to see big things, and I'm looking forward to being one of your models.
Okay, I've got one model.
Yeah.
Booked. Yeah.
Good. As long as there's good lighting, because some of us just need lighting.
All right.
Just need much lighting. But guys, thank you so much for listening and watching TGO podcast. That's good. Oro. Bye bye for now.
Bye.